Hello and welcome to Hands to Heart Center's Mindful Moment. My name's Jessi Rosinski and I volunteer with Hands to Heart Center. And Mindful Moments have been happening for about 6 months now online on the Hands to Heart Center YouTube page. And whether this is the first time you've joined or you have been to several, I'm glad you're here to spend some time together. So find a posture that works for you, sitting, standing, lying down. And make sure that you'll be comfortable for the next several moments. And if there's anything that you can do, any adjustments you can make, loosening clothing, having a pillow to support you, anything that brings more ease or comfort, that's definitely what you want to prioritize. And take a deep breath in through the nose, sigh it out through the mouth. And if that felt soothing to you, go ahead and do it again once or twice more. And know that as you settle here, you are joining a community of other people who care about well-being of themselves and of others. And you're joining the Hands to Heart Center community, which is all about bringing healing to people in all communities, access for everyone who might enjoy mindfulness or yoga practices. And at the time you're watching this video, there could be others watching, or you know that there will be others that you are sharing with in a really unique way. And so we'll start today with a mindfulness countdown. So this is a fun way of tapping into a variety of senses and experiences. So I'll lead you through, and we will start with 5 deep breaths. So deeply, slowly, taking your breath in through the nose, filling up the lungs so that the whole torso balloons with air. Belly fills, ribs expand, chest lifts. And on the exhale, you can release all the air out through the mouth or through the nostrils. It's entirely up to you. And for all 5 of these breaths, can they be slow and deep? Each one taking a little bit more time, being a little bit more expansive than the one that came before it. And with these deep breaths, these 5 cycles of breath, can the body soften even more? Can you feel the support of the ground beneath you if your feet are touching the ground, perhaps the seat under the bottom, something behind your back or head? Whatever part of your body is connecting to another surface, know that that is there in support. And as you get to the end of these 5 cycles of breath, you can just let that deep breathing intention go, and your body will return to breathing on its own, a few cycles of breath. And you'll notice how you feel. What are the impacts of this slow and steady breath? And next you'll notice 4 things that you can see. So if your eyes are closed, this might be the just sense of light beyond your eyelids. Eyes are open, you can look around at the color of light, the objects and textures that you see around you, colors. And likely as you see objects in your field of vision, you may have associations with them, stories that go along with the objects or ideas. And as much as you can, just stay with the experience of the seeing, the looking. What does it look like? The colors, the size, shapes, textures, light, rather than the meanings. And choose at least one of these objects to really examine in a way that you haven't before. Perhaps it's the coffee mug in front of you, or your computer keyboard or screen, or the chair that you sit in every day. And can you look at it with a sense of observation that is beyond what you usually do? Is there something new you can see about this object? You'll move towards 3 things that you're able to feel. So sense of touch, you might actually take your hands and place them somewhere on your body onto an object. You might notice again how the body feels touching other surfaces, how the clothes feel on your skin, how the air feels on your skin. You could also include here some inner feelings: hunger, thirst, aches in the body, areas of pleasantness in the body. Those are all fine too for feeling. So 3 things. Can you specifically identify 3 particular feelings? And whether it's a familiar feeling that you're always aware of or something that you're just picking up on for the first time, can you bring a curiosity to it? Really, what is this like? What is it like for me to feel my hair tickle the side of my face? What is it like for my glasses to be on my nose? Earbuds in my ears, a watch on my wrist, anything. And like the seeing, it's not necessarily the associations or stories we have with this feeling, but just like, what does it feel like in my body, in my senses? And now you'll move your attention to 2 things that you can hear. Maybe a sound that is close to you, a near-in sound. Sound of your own breathing, perhaps. The hum or buzzing of lights, appliances. And then moving further out, sounds of others who might be nearby, sounds outside your room or home, into your neighborhood. And again, if you can, with curiosity, noticing these sounds. So if it's a dog barking, it's not the dog having a really great time or the dog that always irritates you, but just like, what does this sound like? Is it high-pitched? Is it low? Loud or soft? How long does it last? It's really curious, as if you'd never heard it before and had no connection with it. And moving down to 1, we'll search for one thing that there's some gratitude for. This can be small or large. And when it feels difficult to find something that brings contentment or appreciation, you can look for something very, very small, a small change, or something that just in its own being can be appreciated. A plant, a color that you like, light coming in through the window. So something that brings you even the smallest amount of appreciation or gratitude. And as you find this object of gratitude, here if you can see, how does it feel in your body to appreciate something? If you were to use words to describe what gratitude feels like, what would they be? And can you imagine this feeling growing inside of you? So if you felt some lightness or some happiness, some calm, maybe just feeling a little more neutral, less charged up, what would it be like if that feeling could start to extend outwards through your being? If that feeling of gratitude were to spread down into the belly or radiate through your arms and legs, what would it be like to have more thoughts of gratitude? And if it kept spreading out to fingertips, to toes, into your expression, what would that be like? Could you trust that there is some sense that gratitude could continue for you? That maybe you could even wish it for others. And with this sense of gratitude fresh in our beings, we'll just spend a few moments resting silently. If you like to take deep breaths, feel free. If you like to close the eyes, of course, that's welcome. You're just aware of what a continuation of gratitude might be like. And as we are here in this mindful moment, I have a poem that I'd like to share. It's called Continue, and it's by Maya Angelou. Into a world which needed you, my wish for you is that you continue. Continue to be in who and how you are, to astonish a mean world with your acts of kindness. Continue to allow humor to lighten the burden of your tender heart. Continue, in a society dark with cruelty, to let the people hear the grandeur of God in the peals of your laughter. Continue, to let your eloquence elevate the people to heights they had only imagined. Continue, to remind the people that each is as good as the other, and that no one is beneath nor above you. Continue to remember that your own young years, and look with favor upon the lost and the least and the lonely. Continue to put the mantle of your protection around the bodies of the young and defenseless. Continue to take the hand of the despised and diseased and walk proudly with them in the high street. Some might see you and be encouraged to do likewise. Continue to plant a public kiss of concern on the cheek of the sick and the aged and infirm, and count that as a natural act to be expected. Continue to let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer, and let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome good. Continue to ignore no vision, which comes to enlarge your range and increase your spirit. Continue to love deeply and risk everything for the good thing. Continue to float happily in the sea of infinite substance, which set aside riches for you before you had a name. Continue, and by doing so, you and your work will be able to continue eternally. So as the sound of the bell fades, you'll transition out of the mindful moment and back into the rest of your day. You might open the eyes, take a few deep breaths, move or stretch the body in any way that you find supportive. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time.